All right, so it's the end of my time in Vrindavan, and just met with 5 more girls, and it's cool actually. The girls that I'm working to get sponsorship with, from the helps of my family, fingers crossed, and all of those Queen's grads and all my friends from Toronto and everyone I play hockey with, for everyone who's joined in and said, hey, yeah, I have no problem throwing $50 a year. If you guys are here, I know it's hard. If you were here, I mean, it's super far away, but if you were here, your mind would be just as blown as mine is. I'm trying to think of a story or some way of putting it into context, but there's not really any way. I mean, okay, so for those of you who went to Queen's, think of a Vic Hall dorm room. Cut it in maybe 2/3 of that, maybe a full dorm room for a single dorm, and that's where a family of 5 or 6 is living. It's unreal. These kids travel super far to go to school. Some of them, I mean, they don't get help at home. Their parents can't read and write. I was lucky today that the girls that I met, all their parents seemed, well, I guess the one girl's mother I met was just about to cry, and she was really excited and happy, and so you go, woo, yeah, I'm sponsoring, you know, yay, helping out. And then you get some parents who kind of look at you, and you can see the look on their face, and you ask, you know, the translator and people at the school here, why weren't they, you know, they just found out their child's going to have their school paid for with winter clothes and 2 meals a day, and, you know, have a fund that helps build up towards, I guess, a dowry later on, so they don't just have to get married off at 12 or 14 to get a young or small dowry. And they say, oh, the mothers just don't think their daughter should be getting an education. They don't see the point. They want to take them out, put them into manual labor jobs. And I literally mean, I've seen toddlers on the side of the road taking chunks of rock and just throwing it as best as a 2-year-old can do to break it into gravel. And then they run after little bits and pieces, collect them, and throw those. So that's what a toddler is doing. You can't imagine what a 12-year-old's doing. And a lot of these girls get married off 12 to 14 to older men, because that's who's single at the time. And it's a sad story. But the happy story is that when you tell these kids, hey, you have a sponsor, you would not believe the smiles on their face. Some kids can't quite understand, and they're just happy to kind of have you stand there and hold your hand. But a lot of the girls have gotten to know me over the past little bit at the school, so when they found out today, they were running down the street waving, Mataji, Mataji, kind of a mother-like figure. And they had already seen the girl that I was sponsoring, me hanging out with her, when they found out that a group of Queen's people or Toronto people or whoever else is throwing in some money to form a group to sponsor them. And they found out they were getting sponsored. They were so excited too, because suddenly now they're part of a group who has some continuity to them going to school. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now I'm just traveling. It's a little, not lonely in a sense. There's always people you can make friends with, but I always kind of feel like, oh, my friends back home are so detached. I'm going through something, I'm learning something, I'm growing, or I feel really generous right now, but my friends back home would never understand. And the fact that I posted on Facebook and texted a bunch of you, and especially those of you who just text me back, didn't ask any questions, just said, yeah, sure, I'd love to help out. God, thank you. You guys these kids are also making my day, but you guys really made my day. Because it makes me excited to get back home and hang out with such warm and awesome folks. You know, a good group of friends back home. I'm super, super fortunate. Both to be able to come here and meet these kids, and the volunteers and people in the village, but also to get to go home to an awesome family and an amazing group of warm-hearted friends who are totally down with supporting some awesome stuff. So I look forward to going for dinner and drinks with all you guys. By the way, I want to see something funny. So today, during the lunchtime, instead of going to get lunch, I went and bought some bananas and biscuits and all kind of stuff to go give out to the street kids. They don't get lunch. They get 1 meal a day. But they literally started attacking each other, pushing me. One of those other Hare Krishna kind of Italian guys had to come literally rescue me. Like, look, I know this is like Facebook appropriate. I was like a giant rip like down my entire pants because everyone wanted part of a banana and it was just absolute chaos. And unfortunately, it's the shy ones who don't get fed. So don't worry, I hunted them out and made sure they got some bananas and biscuits and stuff. But yeah, woo, little war wounds coming back to Delhi. Well, take care, everyone. I love you lots, and thank you.